Hey guys, it's Sam. So I am going to teach you how to do a winged liner look today. Something I've been asked to do multiple times, never got around to it. It's done. Here we go. The first thing I'm gonna let you know is if you are watching this video and you want to learn how to do a nice sharp tip wing liner, the first thing that I'm going to suggest you do is make sure that you have a good liquid liner. You want something that has nice solid pigment. I don't know if you can see this here. Find it, phone. There we go. That's the one I'm using. Oh, focus. Focus. So you want to make sure you have a good winged, sorry. You want to make sure you have a good liquid liner, something that's high quality, something that's not just going to smudge off right away. If you don't have a good liquid liner, I wouldn't even really bother with this right now. You're going to get frustrated. It's not going to work. It's not going to look, you're not going to get that sharp tip that you want. So my favorite liquid liner is the one by Amaterasu. It has really dark black pigment. I really like it. And it's actually made without oils. So you can get it actually at like an eyelash extension place because it is safe for if you also have eyelash extensions, which I do not. So my other one, if you can't find this one, the Tattoo Liner by Kat Von D is also a favorite of mine as well. I really like that one too. So you can pick that one up and then come right back and then I will teach you how to do it. So if you do have one, let's go ahead, let's get into it. It does take a bunch of practice. If you're doing it, you're not getting it, it's frustrating. Just keep practicing. This is something that is like a winged liner is an art form in itself. So it can be quite difficult to get a perfect one. You're never gonna get a perfect one the first time, especially while you're still learning. You might not even get a perfect one the first time if you've been doing it for years. Like I have. So I do also, what you see in the video is just your basic, step by step, but I also do go in afterwards and get a little bit closer so I can see where it needs to be touched up. And then I also actually line my waterline as well, just underneath my eyelashes, just to give it a little bit more depth. So without further ado, here we go. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing this time because I had to delete my last video because the whole time I took the video, my hand was covering my eye, like you could see nothing. So hopefully this one works a little bit better and I've got an okay angle for you guys. So I've got my makeup sort of done. I've got my eyebrows done. My first suggestion is to make sure your eyebrows are done so that you know exactly where your eyebrows end. Like for me, I actually have to draw in the tail end of my eyebrow because I have none. Let's get started because see how this works, okay? So hopefully I'm actually in focus and you can see what I'm doing. So the first thing I usually do is you're going to want to follow the natural curve of your lower lash line. So you'll see it curves up. You're going to want to follow that natural curve up towards the tail end of your eyebrow there. So that's your first step, is you're going to draw one fluid line from the corner, the outer corner of your eye up towards the tip of your that thing there, your eyebrow. Don't go all the way up to the tip of your eyebrow though. I mean, this is going to depend on how dramatic that you want it. That's usually where I stop. So just, a little bit farther than your crease. So this is where everyone struggles, okay? Everyone struggles to get that really nice, sharp, fine point there. The trick to that is to not start filling in that wing right on the end. You want to start a couple millimeters down so that you keep that sharp point there. And then to create that wing, you want to try this is where it's a little bit tricky because I struggle with this too sometimes still. This is the art in itself, okay? So we'll see how it goes. You're gonna want to start a couple millimeters down, and then what you're gonna try to do is you're gonna try to, in one fluid motion, you're gonna create that V, that wing, and you're going to go from a couple millimeters down from the tip of your wing line towards your lashes. And general rule of thumb, I would say, is to try to bring it to about, try to bring it to about there. Okay? And then you're gonna fill that in afterwards. Some people like to draw the line on their actual lash line first. That's fine, it's whatever order that you want. The biggest thing that people struggle with, though, I find, is just creating that nice solid wing. So I haven't done this in a while, we'll see how it goes, okay? So you're gonna start there, and you're gonna, in one fluid motion, you're going to draw a solid line. Press a little bit firmly because that helps to get that nice solid line instead of like that feathering effect. And go from there to there. You're gonna join them up. There you go. So you see how in one solid line, you kind of created that wing, and you still have that sharper tip because you started a couple millimeters down. So then from here, you can just go ahead and fill it in. You can also, if you're struggling to get that straight line, you can also kind of tug the side of your eye a bit. If you've got like a little bit of extra skin there and you want to just kind of get it a little bit easier to get that solid line, just tug the skin a little bit just to kind of create a little bit more tension there, and it's going to be a little bit easier to kind of create that straight solid line. So I'm going to just fill that in. Nice and dark. Go over it a couple times. So you've got your wing, and then from here you can go from the inner corner, and I usually start like way inner corner and kind of just almost towards the water line, and you're gonna try to stay as close to your lash line as you can. And at this point, I do try to kind of angle my liner pen a bit to avoid any like dragging lines and to kind of create a much smoother finish. So you're going to, at this point, you're going to want to try to keep it as close to your lash line as possible. And then you're going to join that up with where the wing ends. You can go over that a few times and just kind of thicken it up as you go. So now, in order to kind of create that nice solid flow from your wing to your lash line, you're going to kind of take that, sorry, I'm really struggling to make sure that you guys can see me here. Kind of close your eye a bit just so you can see what you're doing, and then you're going to just kind of the same thing that you did from the tip of the wing. You're just going to kind of create solid fluid motions, and you can thicken it up if you need to. So it's kind of starting to join a little bit. And then just conjoin the two. There you go. So as you conjoin the two, you'll kind of have your line go from thickest right at the end, and then you're kind of just bringing that thickness down as you get closer to the inner corner of your eye. This, I would say, is like on a scale of 1 to 10 for me. I'd say this is like an 8. I did an 8. This is an 8 for me. So the thing that's nice about wing liner too is that it is pretty easy to clean up. You can just get like a concealer. One of my favorite concealers actually right now is this one by Tarte. It is called Shape Tape. It's really awesome. If you're trying this and it's just a total fail, don't worry about it. It takes years of practice, and even sometimes it's just kind of trial and error and cleaning up where you need to clean up and, you know, fixing stuff as you go. There is a way to do it also using tape as well. You can just put a piece of tape there, and that might be easier for a lot of people too, actually. Just put a piece of tape that follows along the natural curve of your lower lash line. And then essentially when you don't have to draw that line up. Essentially you're just starting from one point of the tape, drawing that line down, and then just filling it up until you get to the tape, and then just peel the tape off really gently so you don't pull at that eye skin there. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, just let me know. And if you liked the video, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I am hoping to get better at these videos and get a few more out there. And I will see you next time.